Welcome to the Bald Guy Cooks, simple cooking for a simple lifestyle. Today we're going to be making a side dish. It's kind of like rice. It's a starch, but Cous Cous, it's a wheat product that is super quick and super simple to make. So it's one of those, if you're short on minutes, this is a great one to go to. So we're going to get it started here. For 1 cup of Cous Cous, it's 1.5 cups of water. So we're going to get the water boiling here first. And then it's essentially just, once it's boiling, going to add a little dash of salt for a little flavor. And of course, I always have to add garlic. So just take a clove, crush it like that, put it in. You can eat that later if you're extra good, or you may avoid that if you're going on a first date with somebody, or even married to somebody, as I'm sometimes reminded about my garlic breath. But as long as we both eat it, we're good. And we'll come back and this will be boiling. We'll stir it in and we'll show you how to finish the rest of this out. Okay, water's boiling, and so I put in a crushed clove of garlic, a little olive oil, so it doesn't, so it just kind of gives it some. Actually, I'm going to put a little more. Gives a little flavor and a little richness. Some salt. And here is the Cous Cous. So it's just like little cracked grain. And it really cooks quickly. So I'm just going to pour this in. Remember, a cup of Cous Cous and 1.5 cups of water. Looks kind of like cream of wheat, which is kind of a similar product actually. So let's let that come back up to a boil. And while that's coming back up to a boil, so it's going to took about 2 minutes to get the water to boiling, and it'll take about 3 to 5 minutes to cook. So we'll get this back up and give it a couple of stirs and essentially just turn it down to simmer and then turn it off and let it sit. So if you have about 5 minutes, that'll get it going, and about 3/4 of the way done, and let it sit for another 5-10 minutes, it'll be ready. Versus if you're doing rice, it takes about 20 minutes of boiling, or bring it to a boil for 5 minutes and let it set for 20 to 30 minutes to finish cooking. So it's a quick thing to do. If you are doing a couple things, you could make a couple batches of this, a couple portions that you could have one night and the next night or a night later. Serve this as a side dish if you're wanting. Some other options you could do with this. So come in and take a look at this again, and just in the time that I've been talking, look how much it's absorbed. So it's just, I'm going to turn that down below. Actually, I'm just going to turn it off and let it set to the side. Some other side dishes, if you want to have a starch, we don't always have starch with dinner. You could do rice, you could do potato. There's all kinds of different options, and just looking at your time frame and how much time you have, it kind of depends on what you want to do. You could do a lot of things ahead of time cooking and just kind of use them throughout the week. This is going to have just a kind of a curry over the top of it. You could put pasta sauce over, you could put a cream sauce, you could just put sauteed vegetables. You could have this as a side just by itself like that. You could saute a few onions before you add the water to the pan, and it's going to create a nice rich flavor. So let me just check right now, see if it's all the way cooked. About another 3 minutes it'll be done. So just set that to the side. And this is Cous Cous. So 1 cup makes, I think it's about 4 cups of rice or a product. So it really does expand a lot, and is an inexpensive way to do things quickly and easily and inexpensively. And my director was going, how can you tell when it's done? So let me share that. It's not chewy. So there's going to be a bite to it, but it's not hard or crunchy in the middle. So like I said, just get it steaming, get it warm, keep it hot like this. And in about 5 more minutes it should be done, and just not going to be chewy. So that's Cous Cous. Thanks for joining us. Remember to hit the submit button if you are, or subscribe button if you are not a member. I'd love to hear if you've done Cous Cous in different ways to share with the crew. some different options and different things you can do with Cous Cous. It's a really versatile product, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us tonight.